So when we think about resilience, we also need to think about what are the outcomes we're trying to achieve. And that might give us some insight into how we might think about how we measure resilience. And I think there are 4 key outcomes that come out of our research. The first one is that organizations need to build readiness. And that's our first R of 4 R's, readiness. It's really the foundation of resilience. It's about having the foresight in order to anticipate what might happen. Discussing failure, as we've said, is so important in the organization. And if you don't do that, you risk sleepwalking into a crisis. So readiness, building readiness, first key outcome of resilience. The second outcome, the second R, is building more responsiveness. You can't have a plan for every eventuality. You can't identify every risk. So we must be able to build this responsiveness into our organization so that we can adapt no matter what the disruption that we encounter. The third aspect, the third R, is that we need to build faster recovery. So this is the third R. And the recovery element is that we will have disruptive events. There will be crises that we need to deal with in the future. And looking at how we build our recoverability and our speed of recovery is a core aspect of resilience. And our fourth aspect, our fourth R, is greater regeneration. And this really is about how do we transform the business to be fit for the future. We might have that readiness, responsiveness, recovery, but sometimes we also need to think about how we innovate and on occasions even need to break what might seem like a winning business model because that business model might not be fit in 5-10 years down the line. So how do we regenerate? How do we adapt? How do we adapt for the future environment is a core aspect of resilience. So 4 R's, readiness, responsiveness, recovery, and regeneration.
Yeah, that's really good, David. I really like the 4 R's, and I actually think about them as 4 advantages that an organization will have if they go through this. You know, they will be better, they'll have better readiness, they'll be more responsive, they'll have faster recovery, and they'll have greater regeneration. These are real advantages for an organization to have. And I think as well, in terms when we talk about measurement of resilience, beyond the 4 R's and having those advantages, I think there are also things we should look at as we go forwards around resilience indicators. So what are the indicators I can use on a day-to-day basis to gauge how resilient I am and whether I'm where I want to be? So you could think about, you know, measuring what diversity do I have within my supply chain, or what contingency stock levels am I holding within my supply chain? Those types of indicators give us a sort of grounding of, you know, where are we on a day-to-day basis in terms of the way we are set up and the way we're running.